For decades, the deal was simple. Get your degree, land an entry-level job, and start climbing. But right now, that first step is disappearing. This chart tracks global entry-level job postings, and it shows that since January 2024, they have dropped by 29%. That is a significant structural contraction of beginner roles. Looking at this bar chart of recent labor data, you can see the immediate result. By July 2025, the youth unemployment rate hit 10.8% as new graduates found themselves locked out of the offices they trained for. Those who do find work are scrambling to find solid ground. The average Gen Z worker now stays in a job for just 1.1 years, jumping ship repeatedly in search of actual stability. The entry-level market isn't just pausing, it's restructuring. The path that used to be a wide-open starting point is narrowing into a bottleneck, forcing new graduates to rethink how they compete for what's left. Look at this Goldman Sachs data. On the left, automation replaces 16,000 entry-level roles every single month. Simultaneously, 9,000 new roles are created monthly to build and maintain that very same AI infrastructure. We are seeing a net loss of traditional desk jobs. The newly created positions require highly specific technical skills, not general administration. This forces a hard choice for anyone entering the workforce. You either must learn to manage the software replacing these jobs, or pivot to a field the software cannot touch. You have two viable paths left. You can become AI augmented, or you can become AI resilient. Ignoring the technology will not protect you. Surviving this market requires making a deliberate, binary choice about how you position yourself against automation. Consider the default track most graduates aim for: general office administration, basic coding, or routine copywriting. These roles revolve around summarizing text, organizing data, and generating code snippets. Large language models do these exact tasks instantly and at near zero cost. Competing against server farms has a price. AI substitution is already widening the wage gap for these vulnerable professions by an average of 3.3 percentage points. 40% of Gen Z already feel their education or background is a barrier to their ideal career. Staying in a generalized track where you have to constantly outproduce a machine makes that barrier steeper. Banking on a generic entry-level desk job without attaching yourself to deep specialized skills is a high-risk bet. Path A is the AI-augmented route. This means diving straight into the machinery, securing roles in tech, data centers, and AI systems management. Young workers have a natural edge here. Over half of Gen Z is already using AI to problem-solve at work, outpacing every other generation. The financial upside is clear. Those 9,000 new roles created every month come with a wage premium because the demand for people who can actually build and steer AI far exceeds the supply. But that premium comes with a strict condition. Your education has to be relentless. The tools change entirely every few months, meaning you have to continuously upskill to stay relevant.
You are also going head-to-head with veteran tech workers who are aggressively pivoting their decades of experience into the AI space. The AI-augmented path offers excellent pay and upward mobility, provided you are willing to endure a career of high-stress, non-stop learning. If you don't want to race against an algorithm, you take Path B, the AI-resilient route. These are the jobs anchored in physical reality, requiring human empathy, manual dexterity, and spatial awareness. Healthcare is a primary example. An algorithm can analyze an X-ray, but it cannot turn a patient, draw blood, or provide bedside empathy. Early childhood education operates the same way. Managing a classroom of toddlers and guiding human development requires a physical presence software simply cannot emulate. You also see this in the physical trades. Construction, plumbing, and electrical work require navigating unpredictable environments that robots are nowhere near ready to handle. The barrier to entry for these roles is high. They require strict physical credentialing, state licensing exams, and very specific degrees that take years to complete. They also demand a heavy lifestyle trade-off. You cannot do these jobs from a laptop in your living room. You have to show up in person, on a strict schedule, taking on a real risk of physical and emotional burnout. You are trading the perks of a laptop for a role that offers significant insulation from automation. A 10.8% youth unemployment rate is paralyzing if you don't have a plan. To find your path, you have to map out your own risk tolerance. We can build a flowchart to help make this decision. It starts with one straightforward question. Are you willing to spend the rest of your career constantly learning to master new software? Next, you have to weigh your lifestyle priorities. Do you value the geographic flexibility of remote work, or do you prioritize long-term security? If you answered yes to continuous learning and prefer remote flexibility, you map directly to the AI-augmented path. If you want secure employment without the software treadmill, you map to the AI-resilient path. There are no easy options left on the board. Every worker has to consciously decide which difficult reality they are willing to take on. If you are the tech-forward optimizer who thrives on self-directed learning, lean in. Commit fully to data infrastructure and AI management. Accept the reality of the trade. To maintain your value, your education can never truly end. If you are the stability seeker who feels the tech barrier is too high, step away from the keyboard and move toward the hands-on, human-centric sectors. Acknowledge that you trade the convenience of laptop labor for a rigid schedule and physical commitment. That 29% drop in entry-level desk jobs is a market filter, eliminating the middle ground. The economy is no longer rewarding generalists. Surviving this transition means picking a distinct lane, augmented or resilient, and specializing aggressively.